Alright, in this video I'm just going to give you some quick reminders on area and perimeter, because what I'm noticing when I looked at your last week's tasks is sometimes we're getting area and perimeter mixed up. So I'm just going to give you a quick reminder of what they are and how you find them. So area is when you're covering up a space and it's all that flat space that's being taken up. So you might think carpet, paint, tile flooring, covering a space with grass seed, things like that, putting down a rug. All right, so there are two different main ways that you can find area. So the first way is you can count squares, because to cover up a space you use these squares, okay? So the area of this, I can just count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has an area of 12 square units, okay? Now, sometimes you don't have any squares to see, so you have to visualize them. And if you notice, this is like an array. There's like a little array here and a little array here. We have to visualize an array here. We have to visualize 4 groups of 6, okay? So I can use multiplication. 4 times 6, okay? If I don't know 4 times 6, I would just draw out 4 groups of 6. If I do know 4 times 6, I know that it's 24. And let's say that this was inches. That means there would be 24 little squares in there. So the area is 24 square inches. Okay? Now you also would use multiplication for an equation like this, or for an example like this. This one is saying that this rug maybe, or this carpet, or this wall is let's just say it's 3 feet. 3 feet wide, and we don't know how tall it is. But we do know that it's 30 square feet. There's 30 squares in there. So my equation here for that invisible array would be something times 3. Something times 3 equals 30. Okay? Because that's how many squares are in there. So that's the area. So I would try and solve this. I could either, I know my multiplication facts, or I could think how many groups of 3 equals 30, and I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 groups of 3 equals 30, so 10 times 3 is 30. So this thing, this carpet, this door, whatever it is 10 feet tall. All right, so I used multiplication for these two different types of area questions. And here I just counted the squares. Now, let's move over to perimeter, because perimeter is often confused with area. So let me write this here. Perimeter is always just around a space. So let's pretend that this is a backyard and it needs a fence. You wouldn't put fencing all in here. That would be weird. You would only put fencing around the yard, okay? Or maybe this is a floor and you're putting like a border around the floor. If you look on your floor, you see it all the time. There's like a little border around there. So how much little pieces of wood? You wouldn't put it all in there. That would go on top of the carpet. That would be weird. So you don't count the whole squares, you count sides. And that's tricky because this square here actually kind of gets double counted because 2 of its sides. So you count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you could even write it down so you don't forget. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. And then I add up all those sides because the fence or the wood border on the floor is just going around. So 6 and 6 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the perimeter of this is 24, okay? Or here, I don't have any squares to count, but I can visualize them. I can visualize that there's kind of like 4 little squares here and 6 there. So here I just make my perimeter equation of adding. So I do a 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6. And if I always am looking for my 10s, I know that this is 10 and this is 10. So the perimeter is 20. All right, I also use addition here for this equation, but this time it's actually telling me the perimeter and it's asking me how long is this space. So my equation, this is a mistake I often see 2 plus something equals 18. Well, if I'm doing a fence, there would be no fencing over here. Or if I'm doing a floor, there would be no border over here, okay? So my equation, I need to have the same number of parts in my equation that I have sides on my space. So 2 plus something plus, opposites 2, plus another something equals 18. All right, well, we practiced this last week, but we're going to practice it again this week. So I already have 4 in my perimeter, and the rest needs to be split up. The rest is what gets me to 18. So 4, and I could go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 2 by 7. You could also do it thinking about it this way. Well, if I already used 4 in my perimeter, there is 14 left, and split into 2 is 7 and 7. All right, so those are just the very basics of perimeter, okay? The very, very basics. So use this video to help you practice your first perimeter and area task for this week.